Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I just realized I had the wrong screen showing. Whatever. Welcome to SCS number 443, not yet featuring Zennoch, he is still on his way. In the lobby, on the left in red, we are joined by the fancy Cloud Crushers with the pilots Daniel and Sputnik, and over on the red and blue we have Com Team 2, with the pilots Where Am I and 9 Iota. Oh. And we're locked. And the final few seconds are ticking down. I was about to say 3 players found the ready button, but that was too high hopes. So, ready up everyone. Let's get the show on the road, and preferably without a false start. No. Off we go. And we're loading onto Northern Fjords for match number 1 of this 3-team SCS. Ship number 1 is the Dust Rider. It is a Stormbreaker piloted by Daniel on the on the starboard side. We find the Caroline on the port side. We find Hades Double Banshee. Ship number 2 is the Dungeon Master Urlus. It is a Crusader piloted by Sputnik. On the front we have Watcher Lumberjack, mid-deck Mortar, Flak, top-deck Gatling Hades. Ship number 3 is the League of Nations. It is a Magnet piloted by Where Am I? Port side Mercury, Gatling, Heavy Flak Mark II. Starboard side Mortar, Poon, Watcher. And lastly we have the Strelitzia Pyramidium piloted by 9 Iota. It's actually something very interesting. Top deck Double Mercury and side Mine and Flak. That's a ram ship. Like, that is a certified ram ship right there. Okay, I'm curious. Genuinely curious. League of Nations has already suffered quite a lot of popping, courtesy of the Dungeon Master Urlus, which just utilized an awful lot of hydro and went into the stratosphere. Strelitzia is reversing to get an angle on something, I guess. But the Dust Rider has comfortably positioned themselves in their blind spot. Strelitzia, that is, especially says broken, a lot of fire going in, and there we go. Riskly secured by the red team, also known as Fancy Cloud Crushers, as the Strelitzia gets bnashied to death. Okay, Dungeon Master Urus now moving forwards onto the League of Nations, but they get popped and loch-flacked out of existence. Yeah. Okay, League of Nations popped. So, and the Dust Rider is raining down fire upon them, spamming Banshees into the balloon. So the League of Nations has to wait for the Strelitzia to relieve them Oh, or they just land a lucky poon, I guess. That may help. Oh, that definitely helped. Watcher goes out, disables the Hades. But Streltsy has made its way into the fight. Dust Rider gets broken. Mortar goes out and doesn't really connect with the perma there. And now the Dungeon Master Urs is back in business. Okay. League of Nations and Streltsy are both straight going for the Dungeon Master Urs here. League of Nations got popped again, but this time around they have the high ground. Streltsy bounces on one of the battleship guns. And the Dust Rider is raining down Banshees upon the League of Nations, which has just broken the Dungeon Master Urs and disabled a lot of their components, but to no effect as the Dungeon Master Urs just hydros away and gets out of any feasible gun arcs for the blue team. While the Dust Rider is still raining down fire upon the League of Nations, which seems to be taking a bit of a bath. And struggling to get out, as they are constantly getting popped. Okay, Dust Rider is now engaging upon the... Streltsy is now engaging the Dust Rider. The League of Nations, they have been constantly popped. They just lost more than 2/3 of their perma. They are in a really bad spot here with the battleship right behind them. But they managed to poon the Dust Rider. Pump a watch into them and get them killed. But Dust Rider goes down. League of Nations still holding on, despite suffering quite a lot. Being popped again. And if the Dungeon Master Urs can keep up the popping, they will be able to stun lock, just lock the League of Nations into that spot right there. But I don't think they will be able to do it, as the Streltsy is putting on quite a lot of pressure. Ooh, but the Dust Rider comes back. We're fighting in red team spawn here. Okay, with the Dust Rider on the field, the Dungeon Master Urs and Dust Rider pushing the Streltsy together. League of Nations managed to finally get out of the ditch. But I don't think they... Oh, well, Dungeon Master Urs gets broken and suffers a really quite large amount. But, and in the end, they will trade with the Streltsy. Even though it was the League of Nations that killed the Dungeon Master Urs, but hey, they traded. I think that was... Yeah, that was... big flak energy coming out of the League of Nations right there. Big energy out of the League of Nations. Now, if that isn't some historical irony, I don't know what is. Okay, both ships have respawned. Streltsy are off to the northwest, and Dungeon Master was towards the southeast. Well, I guess more east than west, but sure. The Nations will take cover in behind one of the 5 archers. Is it 5? I think it's 5. Of Northern Fjords. Dust Rider is pushing them. Dungeon Master Urs is still traveling. They're still positioning. And they're gonna come through underneath the arch. They probably intend to shoot Lumberjack up. Indeed they do. But the League of Nations pushing forwards. Going forwards, and upwards rather, blocks that shot. And now I see why Daniel took Hades with double Banshee on the side of a Stormbreaker. That he can do this. Sit at distance, mid-range, and happily spam Banshees and Hades out into the distance. Oops, Streltsy poking away there. Dust Rider does get broken. And okay, Dust Rider pushes over to the side. Dungeon Master has made its way in. Firing at the Strelitzia here. Oh, Pum goes out, but doesn't connect. And League of Nations. They were broken. Banshees go in, and 3 on 3. First kill lies with red. Indeed, with red. Slitsya, very lonely on the field here. They're gonna push, gonna go east, it seems. Away from their spawn, but that's like the only direction they can actually go. Okay. League of Nations is back on the field. They decide to go straight for the Dungeon Master Oodles here. Watcher goes out into the League of Nations, disabling 4 of their guns, including the heavy flak. Break obtained. Dust Rider and Dungeon Master Urs are happily spamming away, and the League of Nations gets burned. And killed. Oops, Ritzia does actually manage to connect here with the Dungeon Master Urs, but not really accomplish anything. Besides from pushing the Dungeon Master Urs away from them, and not actually breaking the armor, instead breaking themselves here with the second ram attempt. And I'm fairly certain that both the Dungeon Master Urs and the Dust Rider are like, oh yeah, thank you for doing that. Thank you for breaking yourself so we can happily spam away. Speaking of spamming away, the Strelitzia is almost dead. As they are only holding on to that magic. That's not quite pixel perma, but it's getting there. And there we go. I actually presume that was a lumberjack kill. So, with that, it will be the Fancy Cloud Clashers obtaining the victory here in match number 1. And we will now move on in this round robin to Chef Zedion's versus the Fancy Cloud Crushers, and I will be right back as soon as I have that together. Until then, enjoy the music. And we're returning to the lobby here, where now on the left in red, we are joined by Chef Zedion's Potato Zonga 2, with the pilots Zedion and Friendly Cop, and over on the right in blue, we're once again joined by the Fancy Cloud Crashers, with the pilots Daniel and Sputnik. Well, that's really not your problem. So nice. I don't get it. Well, timer is running, so as I like to say, not my problem. And yeah, at the moment we have a Squid and Crusader combo. Actually, quite broadly Crusader, but that's probably a good call here. And on the other side, we have a Pyramidion Judgment combo. Also, quite good, I'd say. Oh, that's a goldfish. That's another goldfish. So, of course, with the final 1.5 minutes ticking, until lock that is, the lobby game picks up its pace again. Was I'm gonna this like that. Teeny tiny bit down. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, dum. And yes, I am listening to my own music. Oh, that would be just weird, like playing music on the stream and not listening to it. I mean, I've done the other way around, like listening to music myself and then not playing it on stream. But that's what you get for listening to copyrighted music. Anyway, squid fish combo going up against Pyramidian judgment combo, even though the judgment there increased less heatsink with range buff. Okay. So we'll have a late joiner. Just gonna throw that out there. Even though I misspelled it, as always. Well then. Ready up, everyone. I'll see you, Daniel. I'll have to jumpstart this lobby. What the? Okay, okay. Then I'll just get. That's actually perfect timing right there, as the song is over. And also we are loading onto Peloton Rumble. So let's get ready to do exactly that. Ship number 1 is the Splat. It is a squid piloted by Zedion, where on the front we have a flamer, on the right side a carronade, on the aft we have a mortar. Ship number 2 is the Funk Walk. It is a goldfish piloted by Friendlycop. It's a blender fish with a front carronade, a right side flamer, left side get mortar. Ship number 3 is the Chariot. It's a Pyramidian piloted by Daniel. It's actually Metamedian top deck, get mortar, side carronade, and that's a flare gun. And lastly we have the Winds of Change, a goldfish wannabe, aka a judgment piloted by Sputnik. With front carronade, Gatling, mortar, and aft flamer carronade. Also, just saying, it really doesn't seem like they want to pause. For fuck's sake. Well, okay, it's gonna be fine, I guess. As the Chariot is more than capable of handling both red ships at the same time. And the Winds of Change is coming to play as well. Huh? Funk Walk is popped while this. And the Funk Walk got squished! And the squid did too. Okay. Oh, but the Chariot is, well, they're living on a third of their life. 2-0 lead for the blue team. Right away. Oh, and the gunner has shown up. Also, I noticed that my tab key is too dirty. Ah, for fuck. Okay, Splat is back. Where's the Funk Walk? Right beforehand. Okay, there we go. Both red ships have arrived, taking the spawn in the bottom left corner of the map. And deciding that that is a very nice corner. And they will... No, okay, they're actually moving out. They will not stay there. So I'm gonna slightly adjust that slider. Move it down. There we go. So. Time for the flight of the camera. Over to where the action might be happening. At the moment we have a bit of a ring around the rosy going on. With the blue team slowly pushing down the western lane, while red team is actually going on a bit of a field trip. All the way to the outskirts of the Paradis map. Not of the city. Definitely not of the city, considering what structures we can see over there. I mean, it seems to be like a shipyard. That would also be interesting. Okay, the Splat has found the chariot. Yeah. And the Funk Walk will be coming up the chariots as Splat disengages. Funk Walk gets backwards rammed. The Winds of Change has made it to the fight. Popping the Splat here. Oh, backwards ramming into a building. That's interesting. Chariot once again showing that they are decently capable of handling both blue ships at once. Even though it does seem like someone missed the camp spray cycle right there. Funk Walk still got broken and took a little bit of damage. Perhaps. And the Winds of Change is also here to stop the fun that the red team may or may not be having. Chariot sat down on the builder and on the floor. Took a bit of damage there. Splat. Seems like they're still looking for their angle. But now they have an angry judgment in their face. While the Chariot is doing a flyby on the Funk Walk. And, no, actually it wasn't flyby, it was right on top of them. And it seems that they got Goomba stomped onto the train tracks here. Anyway, they're dead. Splat goes past right in front of the Chariot, which will immediately chase after. And, no, okay, no, not yet. Mortar goes out. A bit prematurely, but I guess against a squid that is alright. And the Chariot is chasing after that squid. Another break obtained. Mortar wasn't quite lined up, but should start going in just a moment. Once again, not into the broken armor, but... Okay, there we go. Another break obtained on the Splat. Mortar goes out. Kill obtained. For 0 lead. For the blue team. Funk Walk has spawned and decides, you know, I don't feel like engaging the entirety of the blue team on my own. I am not the Chariot. I'm not that... I mean, one could say stupid, but it has been working out rather nicely for them. So, who am I to judge is what I'm gonna say to that. And move over to Alpha 1, where they will meet up with their ally. And they're now going for the split approach, and they got spotted simultaneously. And I think it's not gonna work out for them, because the the blue team decided, we're just gonna focus on one ship. And that ship turns out to be the Funk Walk. Winds of Change tries to ram kill them, almost achieves it, but gets stuck on the building, but it won't matter, as the Chariot just goes past and completely destroys the Funk Walk. So, that means that Fancy Cloud Crusher obtained the victory final score of 5-0. And we will now go to Com Team 2 against Chef Zellion's Potatoes. And as always, we will be right back as soon as I have that match together. And then enjoy the music. And once more, we're coming back into the lobby. Over on the left and red, we are joined by Com Team 2. With the pilots Naniota and Where Am I, and over on the right and blue, we are joined by Chef Zellion's Potatoes on Gotham with the pilots Zellion and Franticop. Okay, we see... Where Am I picking the exact same ships. Actually, almost the exact same ship. The leftovers? Doesn't seem like it. Get the what? Okay, starting right on time. That's a first. We're loading onto Water Hazard. And ship number 1 is the Silicia, the Pyramidian Bird of Aniota, with... It's an Outling with the is getting Sight, Flame and Flak. Ship number 2 is League of Nations, it is a Magnet Bird of Where Am I? On the port side, we have Merc, Gatling, Heavy Flak Mark II, and on the starboard side, we have Mortar, Poon, Caronate. Ship number 3 is the Sky Pillow, it's a Modular Bird of Basilion, where from right to left, we have Banshee, Artemis, Banshee, Gatling, Banshee. And lastly, we have the Spitfire, there's a Pyramidian Power Frenticop, which is another Artling, but it's the wrong kind of Artling, with Gatling Artemis on top, and Flamer and Banshee on the side. Okay. Sky Pillow appears to be drifting. Indeed, it is drifting. So, drifting Mobula. Because that's, that sounds like fun. Okay, Stritzia goes in for the ram there. Oh, I came in right in time. Stritzia just rammed the Spitfire into the Bridges of Doom, spelling doom for the Spitfire. And obtained the first kill for the red team. And on the Sky Pillar, has a very angry Magnet in front of them, and a very angry Pyramidian behind them. So what did they do? Well, it's a Mobula. They just Hydro. And suddenly both enemies are in front of them. Huzzah! Verticals go whoosh. It doesn't go brr. The Sky Pillow is drifting away, but has stopped now. The Spitfire is back in the scene. And so, but they got broken. Flak comes in, but misses. Second shot. Doesn't connect, because it was the Strelitzia connecting. Second kill obtained for the red team. Strelitzia is broken though. And they have lost a bit less than half their promo, but they are broken once more. But it seems that the red team is that the pilot of the Spitfire isn't very adapt to Pyramidian. I'm sorry, Outling play. Let's see, broken once more, double broken actually, and they get finished off for the Spitfire. Okay, very nice. But the League of Nations has used this opportunity to just slowly move forwards, and they now have a more than definite high ground over the Spitfire, which is broken. Flak does not connect, and the Sky Pillow has made it to the scene. But they'll probably get popped for it. The fire got popped, and is about to sit. Oh, they take a bath. And League of Nations is joining them. Break obtained. No, there we go. There's the Flak follow-up. League of Nations got broken. With the Sky Pillow firing away. Oh, they are, and they are. They have 3 Banshees, and they are going. Suddenly there is only a fifth of that Magnet left. Double broken once more. Banshees are going. And kill obtained. 3-2. Red team still in the lead. 16:35 on the clock. Okay, there we go. Red team has actually, Both teams have rejoined. What am I saying? I had something in my head, but I couldn't think of the English word. Okay, fuck it. Both teams are together again. There we go. Red team has established a firing line. Blue team is still a bit split. Sky Pillow appears to be taking the heat. Yes. Whatever. Okay. Red team very happily taking pot shots at the blue team, which has now joined forces there. Behind that bridge, using it as a bit of a partial cover, but not quite. Nope, shots are going. Sky Pillow goes over to the side. There we go, over the mountain there. Stritzia hard reverses. And I think both red ships are anticipating the Sky Pillar. While both of them also maintaining an angle on the Spitfire. Oh, actually, never mind that. League of Nations is going straight for the Spitfire. While the Stritzia will be going into a sniping match with the Sky Pillar. So I'm just gonna move my camera over here. And regret my choices later. Oh, League of Nations almost got broken there. So Stritzia does get broken. Oh, but so does the League of Nations. A lot of fire being exchanged here. Oh, but the Spitfire gets broken. And the flak goes out. They get flacked. And judging by the fact that that flak is destroyed, that was loch. I mean, okay, it was just one shot at full health Pyrrha, so of course it was loch. But yeah, that was the big flak energy again. Good courtesy of Captain Cook. Sky Pillar broken. And both red ships are pushing them. Gonna manage to get the clutch armor rebuilt. But shots are still going in. And poof. So with that, it will be Comp Team 2 obtaining the victory, final score of 5-2. Yes, 5-2. So that means we will be going into the rematches. Or actually, well, I won't say rematches, but the way the challenge is set up, every team will meet each other twice. Yeah. So we will now have Com Team 2 going up against the Fancy Cloud Crashers. Until then, enjoy the music. And we're returning to the lobby. Over on the left and red, we're joined by Com Team 2, pilots 9 Iota and Where Am I? Over on the right and blue, we're joined by Daniel and Sputnik. Flying for Fancy Cloud Crashers. So, what do we have? We have Pyrrha, I should say an Artling, and a classical Stormbreaker going up against a Magnate and a Corsair. Hey! Oh, I forgot to start Snip. Ach, scheiß drauf. Okay, we're moving on to the very next match. I guess I'm gonna start it now. There should. Okay, we're loading onto Atheron Affray, the controversial map of the week. Which is absolutely in the controversial map though. Ship number 1 is the Strel. It's the Pyramideen, piloted by Naneota. It's now new top the Gotham Gatling side Flame and Flak. Ship number 2 is the Mad Times. It is a Stormbreaker piloted by Where Am I? Starboard side Watcher, port side Get of a Banshee. Ship number 3 is the Jabberwocky. It is a Magnet piloted by Daniel. Port side Get, Mortar, Watcher. Starboard side Double Artemis and Minotaur. And lastly, we have the Bullet Bill. Of course, piloted by Sputnik. Front Lumberjack, right side Watcher Poon. Port side also Watcher Poon, and aft Perun. So all Poons on the light guns. Okay, and it seems that the blue team has decided to stick over to, well, their spawn area. Actually, they spawn a bit further to the... They spawn there. Well, whatever. And... although the red team is going around the side. Okay, Bad Times is about to have a bad time as they discover the entirety of the blue team. But Strelitzia is moving in and opens up on the Bullet Bill. Poon goes out. Does not connect. Instead, but the... okay, the Bad Times will actually be assisted in their turn by the Jabberwoocky's Minotaur. Minotaur. We know. Okay, Jabberwocky pushes forward onto the Strelitzia. Bullet Bill manages to get a Poon onto the Bad Times, somehow. I mean, that clearly wasn't connected to the ship, but okay. Strelitzia gets broken. And the Jabberwocky is now the target of choice. Oh, but the Bad Times eats a Watcher into their rear end. Jabberwocky broken. Little bit of follow-up there. Bad Times engaging the bumping into the Bullet Bill rather. They fire the Watcher into them and disable a good chunk of their everything. And will now go ham on the Jabberwocky. Oh, but they're about to be Watched. I assume that's one of the few guns that's still up. Jabberwocky on the other hand, suffering quite heavily as they have no guns and almost no perma. And the Strelitzia is in hot pursuit. Oh, actually, well, whatever. Yeah, Jabberwocky goes down. First kill obtained by the red team. Public transportation, right? Yeah, that's not... okay, Bullet Bill is broken and taking an awful lot of fire. They managed to get the Bad Times Pooned. Won't matter though, as they have no guns and no armor. Half the Corsair gone. Taking an awful lot of heat. And they go down, and I'm expecting a pause to be called. 2-0 lead for the red team. No? Oh good. There we go, took you long enough. Yeah, in fact, paused. No, but I mean, the bad times didn't really have a good time, that's for sure, as they are only holding on to like a quarter of their perma. Okay, 1 minute of pause left for the teams. Yeah, I couldn't tell. So, just to clarify, the pause is indeed over at this point. The 2 minutes that every team gets have passed. Of course, the teams can decide to still not engage. Like, gentleman's pause is absolutely a thing. They just need to keep in mind that the timer is actually running. Also, fuck you, Asuna. Round Robin is the worst! Okay, Ultimate is back, but now they have lost Sputnik. Oh, we have spots as Ritzy has pushed forwards. Okay, Sput is, well, gone, but sure. Well, I think there are already a few shots being exchanged, so yeah, I guess peak Guns of Icarus gameplay. Of, shooting at each other without actually anything really happening, because, reasons. Oh, god. The bad times going for the long flank. Which is, once again, perfectly valid. The timer is running, we aren't paused. I mean, at this point, they are just abusing the rules. I mean, that's fine by me. It's within the scope of the rules. Oh, but I think they've discovered that you can't actually cross over there. Let me take a look. No, you can only really go past right here. You can't really get behind them. Well, there's a bit too much rounding in the way, but they can definitely come out from there, and I think that's what they're gonna do now. Okay, Sputnik has returned. And the Bad Times has set up for an ambush. And there they go. Firing their Rochester into the Colossus engines, not accomplishing anything. Oh, that looks good. Okay, and now Thircia is in the double focus, as the Bad Times is a little late to the party. And, I don't know. Jowabuki gets broken, Bad Times gets one-shot twice. Jowabuki loses more than half their perma. And is about to break again. There we go. Flux Banshees. Kill! Bad Times is about to break, but they managed to get that. I guess it was a wrench. Not really a mallet. Bullet Bill is running away. And gets broken, and I'm starting to get the feeling that they might regret the fact that they decided to not have any amount of actual light guns instead of going for triple watcher and poons. And that will most likely be their death. And there we go. So, with that, the bullet bill goes down, and now, after being stuck in purgatory for a little while too long, I would say, my co-caster has finally arrived.
Yes,
say hello to Zennoch.
I wasn't exactly stuck in purgatory, but in, well, okay, actually, the equivalent of purgatory would be sufficient to explain what the hell I've been through.
Public transport hell?
No, it's the hell of your boss shows up suddenly and wants you to sign 600 papers.
Oh! Fun!
The worst part is I'm not still done. I still have a folder of about 180 papers to sign. So unfortunately, for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be basically stuck commentating whatever brief visual glances I can take of what's going on.
Give me a moment.
In the meantime, it looks like that an engagement has begun. Also, I have no clue what the hell's going on, as per befits of my arrival. And it unfortunately looks like the Strelitzi has been popped and is enjoying a lovely, lovely little attack by the blue team. And in the meantime, the Bad Times runs in. And,
Is having a bad time, I'd say. They die.
very.
And the
Nope,
Strelitzi goes down the meat grinder.
Yeah, harpoons. Very effective.
If...
Who would have thought?
This is like the first legitimate time I've seen the bullet bill, like the first time I've seen the bullet bill efficiently use their poons in this entire match.
Oh. That's... Who's shooting them? I have a
Like,
mild
to be fair, the bullet bill would have been better off bringing anything but poons.
Thing is, one must know how to use them wisely. Both pilot and gunner.
Yeah. And, I cannot give, oh, okay, that was the Bad Times, like, seriously messing up.
Yeah. Also, Strelitzi is still in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, but I think now
The
they're
classic
just,
Skybow meat grinder method.
now they've decided to just, quickly go the other way.
Of course. Another harpoon attempt, another miss.
Yeah, I cannot give the bullet bill the certificate, the pruning certificate. They have not performed to standards.
You don't perform the standards either.
Hmm?
I haven't seen you in the testing grounds either. Although, to be honest,
Well, you
probably
know,
do something.
I speak with the authority of the man spectating and being able to talk shit about everyone because I can. I don't actually need to accomplish anything to talk shit.
Most certainly. Besides, you can see a master marksman of the harpoon just by the works that he commits. Like the war crimes. Yes, I had to go there. Apologies.
Okay, I believe we got the final engagement set up here, as the
You
Bad
never know
Times is
with these
dying on a
teams.
rock.
At some point, someone might just decide to, change tactics, strategies, or the other team decides to just start throwing.
In this case, I would say the latter.
We'll see. We'll see. Meantime, I have to continue signing papers.
Fun.
Bloody harb is already in pain.
Okay. The Bad Times just died without ever getting shot at by the enemy team.
Well, lucky them. The bad times got bad timed.
Ay, ay, ay.
Unfortunately, Goy does not have integrated emojis.
I mean, they support an awful lot of ASCII, but yeah. Okay, the Bad Times is back. And I hope they will give Bad Times to the Jabberwockies and we can be finally over with this fucking match.
Oh, it's been going on for 15 minutes. Yes.
This is the longest match in the entire event so far. All the other events were matches were like 10 minutes-ish.
That does not bode well.
Well, to be fair, we wasted like 4 minutes. 2 of which were a pause. Waiting for pilots to come back. Or people to come back.
Intriguing.
So yeah, in actuality, this match has already been ongoing for 17 minutes.
Well, that's all but lovely.
Yes. So, Bad Times, yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Oh, they watch out the bullet bill. Quite effectively. Cerizia is,
an engine, mortar, heavy mortar, lumberjack heavy mortar.
My name is Mortar. Lumberjack Heavy Mortar.
No. My name is Mortar. Lumberjack Mortar. Lumberjack Heavy Mortar. I fucked it up as well. Fuck me.
Oh, and the bullet bill is broken, but the flak from the Cerizia is apparently not tuned.
Part of the problem is that I'm doing two things at the same time, doing neither at optimum efficiency.
Well then, focus on the papers, I guess.
I actually don't have to focus on the damn papers because nobody's gonna stare at the damn signature.
Okay, the bullet bill looked like it just wanted to do a gun run on the Jabberwocky, and then realized, oh wait, that's my ally.
Or just helping. In one way or another.
Yeah. Okay, Cerizia is about to break, but they're also about to obtain a break on the Jabberwocky. And fucking just kill them!
Oh, that's a lot of flak fire. Unfortunately, the Jabberwocky is gonna survive with Pixel Perma Syndrome.
Just kill them already. I want to move on. And the Bad Times dies. To a poon.
Disintegration! Unfortunately, I was signing papers at the time, so I could not see the...
It was a confirmed poon kill.
Ooh. Well, that's good.
Yes. Okay, because for once I actually had the camera right on top.
Oh, that's glorious.
Okay, Strelitzia is forced back, and I hope that they will continue shooting at the Jabberwocky and maybe poke them away and poke them enough so that they die. Bad Times is also respawned right behind the Strelitzia, and will probably shortly come around the corner, which the Strelitzia just bumped into.
Not smooth sailing.
Not very smooth, yeah. Okay, there we go. The Jabberwocky has... Oh, actually, no, it will probably be the Bullet Bill. Comes around the corner, guns blazing, if they didn't lose it. And taking fire.
Yeah. The Bullet Bill almost loses a lumberjack. Almost.
Oh yeah, they have a front lumberjack.
And
Well,
they're broken.
and flux go in.
The
Miss.
Pixel Perma Syndrome again.
Yeah, most
The
of them
team
connected.
is playing really hard that Pixel Perma Syndrome.
Yeah, most of them connected,
And
actually connected with the balloon, but finally, after almost an epic comeback from the blue team from having 0 kills,
Well, at least they
it will be Comp Team 2 playing the victory final score 5-3. And we will now move on to FCC versus CXP. We'll be right back as soon as we have that together. And once more back into the fray, as it is time for match number 6.
I believe it is 5.
Yeah, sadly it's only match 5, not match 6. And
Yes, unfortunately we are now forced to participate in the nightmare that is 6-match round robin plus finals.
yes.
Thank you
in the
to
match, in the game we have Fancy Cloud Crashers on the red, Daniel and Sputnik, and over on this blue side we have Shifty and Spotatoes on Qatar with Zedion and Friendlycorp. What a surprise. But like you've seen all of them multiple times already.
Yeah. Note to self, talk to Grump about changing up the rules for 3-player SCS.
Yes.
At least with the finals removed. That would be the bare minimum of good.
Yes. I don't remember if I made this single elim or double. I think I made it single. No, I actually made it double, but challenge is weird. Like, when I make the final stage single elim, it's just 1 match. If I make the semi-final double elim, it's 3.
Yeah, challenge
and I only have 1 group.
Challenge is a bit, how should we leave it? Inflexible.
Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, let me take a brief look at the standings. At the moment, the Fancy Cloud Crashers are in the lead. Hold up.
Currently,
no, at the moment we have a tie.
2 matches.
At the moment we have a tie between the Fancy Cloud Crashers and the Comp Team 2.
Mr. Daniel, do not advertise your private events in this CS. Thank you.
What? What did I miss?
He said something about, will you show up to my 10th Goyo anniversary?
Oh. Well, we're off, and ship number 1 is the Great VGs. It is a spire pilot by Daniel. Bottom, Lumberjack, Banshee, top deck, Hades, Banshee. Ship number 2 is the Amplifier. It is a spire pilot by Sputnik, with Lumberjack Mine Launcher on the bottom and Hades Flak on the top.
Meanwhile, ship number 3 is the Furious General, Javelin, piloted by Zition. It is, but when I look, if the zoom would zoom in faster, a Metamidian with a top deck mortar Gatling, bottom Flamer Blair combo, and ship number 4 is that Spitfire, piloted by Friendly Cop. It is an Artling with its guns all mixed up with the Gatling Artemis up top deck, and a Flamer Banshee at the bottom. The Amplifier isn't visible, apparently.
Maybe they have amplified their sneak skill.
Yeah, and I suppose they drank a potion of reinforced sneak.
I don't know. Well, shots out at the Spitfire! No. No,
Alright,
I'm not energetic enough for that anymore.
fair enough.
Not that I
Neither
was
am I.
energetic at all this evening. Okay, it seems the blue team has decided that the great VGs must die. And they must die quickly.
Meanwhile, the amplifiers are not exactly doing much to help their allies' cause of survival.
Yeah, also, it took me a bit to realize, but we essentially have 2 times very similar ships on both teams.
Yeah,
Also,
the Great VGS is
botched
gonna
Rams
die.
attempt.
It's gonna die.
No, it's gonna not die, because the Fury's Javelin messed it up. The Spitfire will
Use the
die.
power of hydrogen.
Okay. Okay, Spitfire will
Now the
survive with Pixel
amplifier
Perma.
is under a bit of a mishap. Also, the Spitfire on Pixel Perma.
Yep. Amplifier is broken. Fury's Javelin, almost broken as well. And the Amplifier will make it out by virtue of having a balloon.
I can see that mines have gone off, or at least something of a shenanigans
Yeah,
type
the
gone off
Amplifier,
based off the fire stacks.
Yeah, the Amplifier has mines. And I think the Spitfire or the Fury's Javelin ate a few of those.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know who's gonna
This
die
is a
at this
mess. That's what it is. Oh, the Great
point.
VGS got
Assuredly
broken.
so. They quickly rebuilt, however, taking no significant perma damage.
Yeah. It's like, Spire hull is very... Oh, Spitfire's armor might burn down.
Not that quickly.
Oh, I mean, they have 9 fire stacks. And I'm... Oh, Fury's Javelin, double broken. Where are the flux? Where are the flux?
There are none, but the Banshees do something.
Well, the Amplifier has a flux.
The
There
flag
it
gunner
is.
probably. Oh,
And they die.
he woke up.
It's even
Woke
on the
up
top
just in
deck.
time to blast.
And the Spitfire follows suit. 2-0 lead for the red team.
Deletus. Yeetus.
Yeetos Deletos?
Also, unfortunately, the Spitfire couldn't survive the Blitz.
What am I to say to that? I mean, if we're going down that route, you could say that they got killed by a very angry Austrian man and his crew.
That's a bit too specific. Let's leave it at that.
Just because Daniel is Austrian? Of course we're both drawing no historical well, of course we're not referring to any historical events whatsoever.
Also, I'd like to remind you that the said Austrian man was never a fighter pilot.
That's why I'm saying and his crew.
That's specify. Anyways, it is combat once again, and the Great VGS is once again the target.
Yep, first engaged by the Furious Javelin, followed up by the Spitfire.
An attempt at hydrogen.
Hydrogen looks very good here. The
Yes,
Furious Javelin is, well, under fire. Or should I say, under pressure.
Or under spire. Prevent me from making such bad jokes, please.
There is no prevention.
Yes, unfortunately.
Also, I have to admit that I'm very tempted to just, when we're done here, to say, okay, next time we get only 3 teams, I'm not there.
I'm perfectly fine with that, actually. I don't even know if I would be there.
Yeah, okay, Spitfire got broken.
Spitfire is
Flux go in.
broken.
Perfectly on time,
8%
actually.
Perma, deleted. And here comes the Furious General in with a bonk. Solid 7.5 out of 10. Well done.
Oh, you also give half points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing
Good
as
enough.
how the Furious Javelin got basically a kill on a spire that was on Pixel Perma, the half point gets cut off.
Okay. Well, the Spitfire went off into the distance, and the Furious Javelin is charging into mines.
Only to discover that Flak and Hades
Also-
fire is in fact effective.
That mine was there before they started charging.
Unfortunately, most pilots, some pilots, cannot look And
a Pyramidion has like the best field of view forwards of all
Agreed.
ships.
Kinda.
Well,
It's a debatable topic. Also, the Great VGS is suffering from the same inhibitions.
they didn't hit the mine though.
They hit it.
No.
I saw them massively turn. Although then
Okay, they
again,
did
it's
hit it, but
bio.
it did like no damage. Okay, it's like once again time for the mighty
record,
jingles.
it's a bit of a difference.
Um,
In one situation, the engineers have to suffer a bit. The other one, not really.
it's time to once again call to the mighty jingles. How do you fuck that up? Oh man,
Indeed.
this is not my day. I had such high spirits before I started today's stream. Look at me now.
Until you remember that you must participate in the suffering known as SCS.
I have
Not the
further down
suffering of, well,
of
3-team SCS.
of casting the bloody thing, and unlike the players, not getting a break every 2 matches.
Yes. Anyways, it looks like Red Team is employing the stacked spire approach, a stacked spire on top of a spire.
Quite inspiring, I see. Also the great VGS
should
is
be-
on fire.
It's unlawful. That joke was so...
I
It was
am
illegal.
perfectly aware, and just kill the Fury's Javelin, please. Let this match be over.
Unfortunately, the Spitfire is determined to take out the Great VGS.
Well, the Amplifier should have ample firepower to take care of everything here, and the Fury's
That was actually
Javelin
a solid
indeed
one.
goes
And,
down.
yeah. Good work to the Red Team.
Indeed. And with that, the Red Team obtains
I'd
the
also
victory.
like to note to the Blue Team. You got outgunned.
Oh, definitely. 5-1. There we go. We will now move on to the luckily last match of the group stage. And it will be Chef Zillion's Potatoes going up against Comp Team 2, and as always we will be right back until we have when we have everything set up. Until then, enjoy the music. And once more into the fray for the second to last, for the second to last time. Fuck the last match.
Huh? Are we officially dumping the finals?
We're officially dumping the second match of the finals.
Lovely.
And yeah, it's Chef Zillion's Potatoes on Return with the Paradis and Friendly Cup going up against Comp Team 2 with the Paradis Auto and YMI. And no travel, I will not join Rob.
What? I'm not seeing. Is it like a stream message?
He
or
just
something?
he just sent me an invite. Since when is Travel an officer of that clan? Oh yeah, he is. Interesting.
Oh, that's a bloody coin mine. Okay, spamming clan invites. You're getting to Grok's levels of annoying.
Oh yeah.
Heaven forbid I've encountered enough lunatics from that place.
Yeah, I mean, I think Grox as in its entirety just died. Like Grox 1,
Along
2,
with the
and
rest
3.
of the game.
Hmm?
Along with the rest of the game, it died.
Yeah. But I mean, we have a new clan that is like quality of the levels of Grox, and I will not get into which clan it is because the leader of said clan will then absolutely jump down my throat again.
Indeed. Although there are certainly clans that are of a similar concept, but have a far greater quality. Specifically looking towards Steel Guard.
Those chaps are nice.
Indeed.
Okay,
I'm about
Wait,
halfway
wait,
through my bloody
wait.
folder.
What the fuck, where am I? That was way behind the lock. Ready up.
Yeah, lads, you might want to dedicate a certain person to stare at the timer. If your captains are so incompetent, they can't keep up with it.
You might be able to tell that I'm not in a very good mood anymore. Look in SCS contacts. Ship number 1 is the Dragon's Lament, a magnet piloted by Zedion, starboard side, Mortarget, Carronade, port side, Flamer, Carol, Watcher. Ship number 2 is Wheelsby Reading, Crusader piloted by Friendly Cop. Front, Watcher, Heavy Flag Mark II, mid deck, double Artemis, top deck, double Gatling.
Meanwhile, ship number 3 is the Strelitzia, piloted by 9 Iota. It is your... what the...
I tripped over that too.
A double Mercury mine launcher flak Pyramidian. You don't see those often, or at all.
Oh, but he was very effective with it.
Yeah, ship number 4 is the Where Am I, piloted by moi. It is a Spire with a bottom deck flak mine launcher and a top deck Mercury Gatling.
That specific kind of Strelitzia was flown in 1 or 2 previous matches, and I think again, also definitely against the Wheelsby Reading. No, actually, no, against the.
I don't doubt the effectiveness of that thing.
I don't remember, but he was very effective with it.
The thing about the Mercuries, if they hit, they really hit.
Okay, Genesis. I had a very good day, and then SCS started. Think about it.
Indeed. Anyways, both teams seem content with waiting out the other team to approach.
Well, I guess the Dragon's Lament is taking a bit of a field trip, going around this specific spire. Well, I guess rock. Formation,
and
whatever.
Yet they're still doing a little bit of camping. Put up your tents, folks. It's gonna be a long one.
Which is always a bit surprising for for Cambush. But I guess
yeah.
we've also devolved.
Both of the teams are taking a relatively passive stance.
Hearing weird things again. God fucking damn it. Right in your headphones.
You probably need some ethanol, mate.
It
prevents psychosis.
If only it was just psychosis.
Anyways, it looks like blue team may actually stumble into the red team right now. Well, in fact, has happened. Combat should commence soon.
2.5 minutes to first engagement? That's not too bad.
That's not good either.
I mean, just because there has been an SCS match that ended at that time.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if we don't want me to be there, I can just end the stream right here. God, I'm so tempted.
To be honest, mate, it's not worth it.
Well, to keep going or to just end it?
You can end the stream. I don't think anyone's gonna be complaining.
Let's just finish the match. Dragon's Lament goes forward onto the Strelitzia, disabling 3 guns and 2 engines.
Indeed, an effective watcher there. And the Dragon's Lament is now toasting their backside. Probably turned on the seat heater a bit too much, though.
Yeah, they are firmly on fire. And also managed to run into the rock.
Another watcher goes out. They have no engines.
And they are on fire once more.
If the flamer burns down the balloon, they're going to be stuck in an interesting spot. Although, I have a comment to make to the Dragon's Lament. Ram them!
Actually, with the Strelitzia being like in the middle, like up on that ridge where they were, I don't think the ramming angle is really there.
My solution is always it's always an interesting little bit of ramming. Let's sleep to that.
Well, no matter. Red team takes the lead with a 2 to well, takes the lead 2-0.
Indeed.
I was about to say, Daniel, aren't you supposed to be playing? No, Daniel is in fact not supposed to be playing.
In fact, for once, I've not noticed that it's April Fool's yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. I mean, I saw some good ones.
Well,
Like, from Hoy, from Hearts of Iron. Guess Hoy.
yeah.
Or from... sorry, Satisfactory.
To be honest, though, I don't like the idea of April Fool's.
I mean... there is always usually some good ones. Like...
Well,
The Chieftain made an
sometimes,
interesting
but
one. You know, the Chieftain?
The what?
The Chieftain, Nicholas Moran.
Yeah, no clue who that is.
Okay, he has former tank commander. He has a format called Inside the Chieftain's Hatch, where he
Yeah.
crawls around tanks and like walks you through everything. And he did one on the Bluebird All-American bus.
Oh, and
And
that's
with
the,
that shocking revelation, the Dragon's Lament has died.
suffered from a heart attack. Unfortunate, but it happens. The wheels be wheeling.
Fortunate?
Yes, fortunate. It's a quick ending.
Okay, fair. Well, Strelitzia is pushing the wheels be wheeling, quite literally pushing. And the War finally manages to hit the flak support.
Indeed.
Actually, earlier
Notice what I
today,
would've wanted
I
that
was
guy to do.
witness to two glorious flak kills. Where
Oh, that-
first, a Crusader was disintegrated in one shot. From full per health, of course. And later, a Pyramidion was disintegrated with one shot.
Now that you're talking about that guy who jumps into tanks, I would have really liked him to jump into a Bob Simple. Unfortunately, not something that exists.
Okay, no. Oh, also, of course,
Anymore.
the LTT April Fools
They-
videos are always very good.
They all fell at the Battle of Berlin, charging the enemy defenses.
I don't think any of them ever made it out of New Zealand.
That's what the government wants you to think.
Well, whatever. Strelitzia has stopped the wheels from wheeling.
Indeed. We have lost.
While the
a
War
crusader.
seems to have almost suffered a catastrophic detonation there, but they're still holding on.
Indeed. However, the next battle might not be too good for them.
Okay, bit of a tactical bump there to get them back on course, as their pilot seems to be a bit too high on his, actually he doesn't have moonshine, never mind.
Right, pain meds then.
I need those.
To be honest, I need them as well. I have a headache from signing the damn papers. Which I'm still doing, by the by. Although I do believe I'm 2/3 of the way there.
Also, don't worry, Daniel, we're on Twitch, you can say fuck. And I have been taking a lot of that liberty today, and overall, so yeah, indeed, the F in flak is for fuck you.
Indeed. And the Mars most certainly being toasted right now.
Yeah. They
More
lost
guns and an
almost
engine.
everything. Okay,
And the
now I
double
would say
break.
they've lost everything. As they were briefly double broke. Okay, they
And
will be
the
double
incendiary
broken.
carnate balloon that is
Oh,
broken
that's a mine.
20 fire stacks and they're double broken and they've got the balloon.
Oh, but the
armor
Strelitzia's
back.
coming in. Oh, no,
And broke.
they're dead. Okay,
Yeah.
that was the War going down, and the Strelitzia will follow. So, oh yeah, Wheelspeed Wheeling has a heavy flak. Yeah, no
Yep.
wonder that Spire went from 100 to almost 0 in a second.
Well, the Strelitzia went from 100 to near 0.
Oh, yeah. Egal.
How many more pages? This is taking forever.
Well, I'm sure you had other plans for your Sunday evening.
Yes, I had plans for writing. Sorry, casting. And at least partially mitigating the damages of whatever happened today. However, unfortunately, I got ambushed. Quite literally.
As you were walking out the door.
I got out of my bus. I was almost about to come home when a car pulls up, gives me like 6 folders of paperwork to sign, drags me into a car and says, "Hey, sign these." In a way, it's abduction, except instead of being sent to, I don't know, Africa, I'm instead forced to sign paperwork.
Okay, of course, I don't want to comment on your real life, but that has a little bit of like a mafia vibe.
To be honest, it's nothing to worry about.
I mean, that's what I was expecting, but it has that vibe.
Let's just leave it at that. I have a tendency to over-dramatize things. It's not as bad as I put it out to be. Also, it looks like that both teams are about to engage in the around the big
Actually,
red
I
rock.
should have moved the camera a bit forwards because the teams are a lot closer than I thought. And it seems like it's in the camera.
Yeah, the Giant's Lament actually moving into position to ram.
Oh, and the
Do it!
VoD?
Oh, you ram, for Emperor's sake, you're steering one of the best ships for ramming.
Oh, but the wheels be wheeling gets rammed.
Well, that's karma.
And dies 4 and 4. Dragon's Lament
Oh.
lonely on the field, but the VoD is
And
well,
that's why
not
you
looking
ram.
good. And okay, but they managed to get the armor up. That was a bit of a clutch armor rebuild.
Yes,
So it's here.
Michigan, that is in fact how you write the maw, and as it is disintegrating on the floor, with no engines.
Yeah, they really need to get the balloon up. Okay, they managed
Well,
to
they
get the
got
balloon
it.
up.
At least they got their armor up before they're disintegrated completely.
Yep, okay, Dragon's Lament got broken, but no follow-up.
Because it's a double Mercury pure.
The follow-up might be
Side
the
mine
WA, ramming upwards. Wheelsby Wheeling is
Spire
back in...
uppercut.
Yeah, Wheelsby Wheeling is back in business. And the WA... Oh, they are steering into a mine.
Mm,
Yep.
they didn't die from the mine. They pooped the rock.
No, that was definitely the mine.
Nah,
I saw
from
the
my
mines
camera
go
angle,
off.
They were quite far away from the mine.
Like, in the final shot, I saw the mines detonate. So, that was definitely the mine.
Well,
well, okay,
whatever the case, the result is
it doesn't
obvious.
matter.
Red
Team has won.
Indeed. That's Chef Zedion's...
Oh, potatoes.
Yes, the potatoes.
So, with that score in...
Emperor's Teeth, I was just about to click save.
Oh. Okay, so, set to advance are the Fancy Cloud Crushers and Com Team 2. So I'm gonna end the... also, we'll be right back. And we're going back into the fray.
Unfortunately,
there we go.
You've been applauded for your leadership. Oh, well, you just sod off.
Oh, I've been applauded for my leadership too. Well, there she goes.
I know it's perfectly you. Don't.
Okay, final time. And in this final match, we have the Fancy Cloud Crushers with the pilots Daniel and Sputnik going up against Com Team 2 with the pilots 9 Iota and apparently Hellfire.
Yeah, I still have no clue what to do with my 23,000 fuel rods.
You could challenge me to a 1v1 in Dance of Icarus?
And there's no point in that.
I mean, Humba has a very interesting stream reward for 100,000 channel points. He will coach you in an RTS of your choice for an hour. Well, from what is provided, and I think that's like Iron Harvest, StarCraft 2, and Company Affairs 3.
That's actually quite good reward, especially if it's a comp player.
I would say he's a decent player. I mean, he's a better player than I am.
Well, it depends on the game, really.
Did I just ping the wrong person? Oh, I just picked the wrong person. Okay, 20 seconds left to lock.
A note that sarcasm is not a function.
Oh god. Okay, Crusader, but double Crusader going up against Pyrrha Crusader. Is this peak meta? Is this like peak gameplay or what?
Not really.
Is it the
peak
Guns of Icarus gameplay?
It's just the average run-of-the-mill pub, except somebody decided to name it official.
Yeah. Also, I earlier I already said, yeah, this is like the peak Guns of Icarus gameplay. I was waiting for Trevor to come into the chat like, he said the line! He said the line!
Yeah.
Ready up.
This is fact. SCS. Roll the credits.
Okay, let's go.
Damn it, I do not have my copy pasta ready.
Ach, scheiß drauf, just hit it. We're past the point of being fancy. Although at this point, just let it tick down.
No.
There was literally 2 seconds left.
I don't bloody care.
Same. Okay, thought of throwdown. Place your bets. 2 minutes to first engagement or 10. And ship number 1 is the Moonglass Locomotive. It is a Crusader piloted by Daniel. Front, Watcher Minotaur. Mid-deck, Get Flak. Top deck, Artemis Hades. Ship number 2 is the Dungeon Master Urs. It is another Crusader piloted by Sputnik. Front, Watcher Lumberjack. Mid-deck, Mortar Flak. Top deck, Gatling Hades.
Meanwhile, ship number 3 is the Strelitzia piloted by 9 Iota. It's your boring old Artling. Bottom deck Flamer Flak.
So it is actually quite literally the Artling. Sorry, the Artling.
Yes, and ship number 4 is the Fia piloted by Hellfire, I think. I can't
yes,
see
Hellfire.
it. With a bottom deck Watcher Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, mid deck Banshee Light Rocket Carousel, Artemis Light Rocket Launcher, and the top deck Whirlwind Gatling Gun and Banshee Light Rocket Carousel.
I mean, if you're going that way, you should have also said Manticore Heavy Watcher.
I thought through halfway through. I simply just decided to.
Well, I see that the Whirlwind Light Gatling Gun is already going here. I used to like know all of the full names.
Still do. Not myself.
Especially
the skill
I stopped Mortar. I stopped doing like using them when I stopped doing BFA. Well, I forcefully stopped it and then the event died.
As with everything going, everything must come to an end.
Well, in that case, it can be tracked down to a single person. I can actually go in and point to a single person and say, You killed BFA.
Oz?
No.
No. That's in crew chat.
I know. That's why I went. Okay, now we can.
The Fia is still moving at light speed. Okay.
Yeah, he's
stopping.
backing off, okay? That's fine.
I'm just
So...
being pedantic today.
Oh, Gottverdammt.
Firstly, seeing so, I still have to sign papers.
Pauses. God, that's
Where's
past best time.
Oh, to be honest, so am I. So hurry the bloody
Wait,
hell up.
Oh, it's Artemis. Yeah, okay, Artemis is past best time.
Still, same
Match
here.
boss, H boss, blah blah blah. Possibly only don't have any repair with them. Option on the position engagement. No, that's the referee. Those are worse. God, what are those pausing rules? Oh, yeah, worse than they are worse than overtime.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, this is like the second time we're waiting for ultimates. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, God, for
What's wrong?
I forgot to start my.
Well, let's just say it's
Okay, it's already paused
minute
there,
left.
so I'm just gonna run a minute.
Yeah. I actually be close to the end of the pile of papers. I can see the bottom.
Huzzah! The eternal pile is coming to an end.
Slowly. Still a fair bit left.
Hellfire, I see you wiggling down
600
there.
pages signed today.
Gottverdammt.
So love big projects and paperwork and must be signed in duplicate.
Just duplicate?
Luckily.
Like, at my workplace, duplicate is
Triplicate.
like the lowest. Usually it's 3 or 4.
The thing is, it is in fact duplicate is the least. As the minimum. So it's hurry up. Although really, this is the first time I'm seeing Auntie actually worrying about his sleep. Which is in fact quite impressive. Anyways, we are in fact unpaused now, and
Indeed, we are. Even though, at least red team is still somewhat not moving. Stationary, I guess the word I was looking for. Oh, but the Fia is engaging. Outside at the Mungus locomotive.
yes. Also, if your gunners are going to be a sleepy butt, remind him you shouldn't have signed up for SCS.
That
either
might
roll
just
through
be
it.
a connection issue.
Connection issue? In that case, the earthquake your city?
I don't think he lives in that part of the country.
I don't know.
But I don't know. So. And I do not want to interact with that person enough to know.
Indeed. Anyways, it looks like blue team is opting for a split up to cover more ground solution.
Also, the Dungeon Master Urs has gained a gunner, as Zedion is coming in to replace.
Intriguing. Anyways, this, I do like the attempted strategy change, but splitting up might not be the most advisable or most healthy.
In this situation, it's finicky, and that's...
In addition to the fact that no one has taken any perma damage for the first 5 minutes of this match.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Unfortunately, it must be reminded. So that the teams can telepathically hear me and understand that in fact they should be doing something to remedy the situation instead of standing there twiddling their thumbs.
Also, I would just like to point out, this is the 7th match of today.
please.
Okay, now
Hurry
last week
up.
last week we had some games run simultaneously, so that. But
Yeah,
last
because we
week
had
SCS
14s.
was over half an hour ago. At
So
least.
please hurry the fuck up.
I remember that YouTube wasn't like, yeah, okay, this video will take 10 hours to process.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to have my PC running for it, so it's just like, eh. But yeah. Usually my VODs take like 8 to 10 hours to process because they're like 2 hours. 2 hours
Yeah.
of 2K video.
2K Emperor's Teeth.
Aha! You can watch all my VODs in 2K. And not 4K though, as I
Yeah.
do not game in 4K. And also my internet would die.
Holy Emperor. I'm done. The paperwork is over. I'm now
Huzzah!
free for today. So
Praise
probably
the
I'm gonna have
Emperor.
to sign. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sign more paperwork soon enough, I fear.
Okay, the Bunker's locomotive is pushing the Fia while the Strelitzia is descending upon them.
Right, I can now draw full focus into this most assuredly interesting and not at all completely boring and drawn-out match.
Wait, what? Mary just messaged me, what the fuck, where am I?
Eh?
I guess I'll have to ask her in a bit what she was actually on about. The Fia has suffered a sudden, as both the Fia and Strelitzia have suffered a sudden case of loss of life.
Yeah, the Strelitzia more than the Fia.
But the Fia is working towards it.
Well, just leave it at
Rapidly.
this, the Strelitzia suffered from a heart attack, the Fia is suffering from a stroke.
Well, and in the end, both of them are dead.
Indeed.
2-0 lead for the red team. It only took them 7 minutes.
Only
Technically
7
9.
minutes. Yeah. And now, we wait for blue team to respawn, then red team to decide that they want to camp. Because that's how it always goes.
Also, yeah, so I watched the D&D movie yesterday, and I mean, I only really became aware that it's apparently a D&D movie, like, before we went to the cinema, but essentially, Driving It Home was the title card, where it was like massively Dungeons and Dragons, and a very small subtitle, Honor Amongst Thieves. It was fun. It was nice. It was a good movie. I definitely recognized some D&D tropes in there, and there were a few moments where you could really be like, see like, yep, okay, this is players. This kind of stupid thinking, that is definitely players. And there were also a few moments where you saw like, okay, he just rolled a nat 1, he just rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
It was definitely fun, even for
Yeah.
someone who has never played D&D before.
The Fia got spotted.
Oh,
The
are we actually?
same goes from the Ring Around the Rosie situation.
Doubt.
Despite the red team not deciding to not act on the information that they just got.
May I once again inquire into the fact, how? Like, roughly positioning my camera where the red team was, looking at the Fia, there's clouds. Thick clouds.
I'm less surprised as to how, and
Oh,
more surprised
Mungo's locomotive
as
has
to...
turned around. Wait, did they just go over the mountain backwards?
Looks like it.
Well, he's gonna touch down right next to the tank. And, I guess mech? Whatever this is supposed to be.
Looks like a mech of some kind, yeah.
I mean, it looks like a mech that lost its legs. And the Fia
Yeah.
is shooting away. Also, what the hell is the red team doing? This is not the right time for Crusader Ballet.
They're confused, it's all that. After all, one of them did suffer from a stroke, the other from a heart attack.
That was blue team.
Oh. Non-lethal stroke, then.
Okay, shots out at the Moonglass locomotive as the Fia is, pushing along. Also, I think I just slightly shifted my camera. I don't know. Let me look at the straight line. No, it's fine.
The Strelitzia charging head straight into two Crusaders. May I coin the definition of suicide? Because that was it.
You may. Yeah, Fia comes in for the follow-up, actually rams the Dungeon Master Urus, but all it ends up doing
Straight out of arcs, up high into the sky.
is
Well done.
not beneficial.
Indeed.
But they
And
will
now
get a
they have
shot
the
at the Dungeon
lumberjack
Master Urus now.
side pointed out, and the Quacha goes out. In fact, break the Dungeon Master Urus, but it's still up and running.
Yeah, but it's running out of guns to retaliate with.
Yeah.
If Fia once again gets one shot, actually still no engines down. That's somewhat surprising. What's the front gun of the Mungus locomotive again? Watch minnow, okay. Fia got broken.
The exchange of heavy Quacha fire.
Manticore
nothing
heavy
happening.
watcher fire. Okay, Fia is taking a bit of a beating. Dungeon Master Urus is recovering. Strelitzia's charging back in. Will they be in time? That's the question.
I'd say yes, and I'd say the Fia might get a kill.
Well,
Here
will
comes
get a
the
kill, and the
Strelitzia,
Strelitzia is
full
about to
speed.
get one as well.
Boop.
Unless, of course, he messes the ram up like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now he's gonna
Be
get watch shot
surprising.
to the face.
And
Okay, maybe he
now,
won't. Oh yeah, the watch is on the other side.
Blue team is gonna secure another kill.
Most likely, yeah. Especially with the Fia now coming in.
What's that?
There we go.
Toast.
Kaboom. Explosionen! So I'm still hoping for the red team to win this. Okay, let me actually take a closer look at the group stage. Standing.
Well, let's just hope that whomever won will win. Red team now respawning. After a much deliberated response.
Okay, also for some reason the battle drums decided to stop. Actually, who has first kill? Red.
The
Okay.
waiting game begins again.
Well, okay, now we've reached the peak Thornhold gameplay.
Yeah. And as predicted, Red team is deciding that the best way forwards is camp.
So, I will take this moment to talk a bit about the map, since there's nothing really happening. Oh, wait, actually, if you want to see what is happening, look at the minimap.
Yes.
You see, in the train... so first of all, this is a train station.
Not a church.
Even though it looks a lot like a church, it is, in fact, a train station. There is gaps, and the tower here, one is here, and the other one is over there. Over here. It has been attempted a lot to go through those.
The only thing that we can say about that is that ships have been deleted.
I don't think it was ever successful if it was, or like once, maybe?
You would have to fly an extremely thin ship.
Yeah, another thing that has been attempted a lot, and is a little bit more successful, is jumping over the roof. But
is,
more so in this part of the building, as in that part you can actually get stuck. And die.
The Dungeon Master Horse decides that the best way forwards is to spit out a Quacha at the wall in anguish and disgust.
Yeah, okay, let me see if I can find the nuke gun. It's somewhere up here. Also, in order to prevent people from just clipping through walls, Richard implemented a new feature. Let me see if I can actually find it.
The nuke gun.
I don't think I can. No, I'm not finding it like ad hoc. Oh, it's probably more in the middle. I love clipping my camera
a
into
physical
things.
gun.
Yeah, there it is.
I'd actually see it.
Found it. It's a big fucking cannon. It's the big fucking gun. The BFG.
Yep. Whenever a ship attempts to osmosis through the wall,
This gun will kill it in one shot.
unfortunately, gone are the ages where you can just slowly phase through the wall. That was glorious when I did it.
It did enable
Memories.
another cheat though, even though I have never really seen it pulled off in a competitive game. But theoretically speaking, if you are on low health, you could phase yourself into the wall, get killed by the nuke gun, and it wouldn't actually count to the other team.
Indeed. Because the kill performed would be on a neutral party instead of terrain, which does have a feature where if you take damage from any enemy ship, that team gets the point if you die to terrain.
Indeed. Okay,
Whereas the
potentially
nuke gun
final
typically
engagement
is the
going,
team.
as
Yep, we have
red
an
team has
engagement.
discovered the blue team. More like the blue team has discovered the red team.
Doesn't really matter. End result is shots fired.
Yes, shots missed.
Fired. Lots of shots fired as
Okay, the Strelitzia is
Nothing's
charging
happening.
across. Is crossing.
it is bravely advancing backwards. As we're enjoying
Also,
some
TS is
deep-
saying you can fly over the wall if you go fast enough.
Yes, that is indeed accurate.
Okay, Strelitzia, and it's gonna be double focused? Potentially? Possibly?
What we
Maybe?
are currently looking at is something called long-range gameplay, the most entertaining kind of gameplay.
Almost as entertaining as Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah, but it's definitely not gonna beat.
Oh, Mungus Locomotive is hit the wall, and the Fia is going forwards. He found his R. He pressed R a lot.
Yes.
Okay, and that
Now the
appears to
watch
be
duel.
the engagement. Oh, Mungus Locomotive actually got popped. And the Fia presses the Hydro button.
And
shows
shows up right in front of the Dungeon Master Wars, just to block their ally.
And but they
Elizabeth.
fired a Watcher, and it's gonna get them a kill.
Well done. Double focus, very effective.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, you could say blue team uses double focus. It's very effective.
Indeed. And blue team is gonna use double focus again, I feel.
But I do believe the Moonglass Locomotive is gonna attempt the glorious strategy of running away very quickly.
The thing about running away very quickly is that... Are they gonna try the science amounts and... To be honest, I'm not surprised.
That was glorious.
That was stupid is what it was.
Oh god, I once again have the perfect angle for that.
Well done. That was moronic. You see, the trick about going over specifically high mountains at the edge of the height ceiling is you need to hydrogen into them. Not be at height ceiling when you get to the wall.
Okay, so with that, 1.5 minutes on the clock and 3-4 score. So,
Team
red
is
team
now
needs
gonna
to
try
accomplish
the old
something.
vaunted strategy of running away to bait out the timer. Red team, in the meantime, is going to play out the wanted strategy of try to chase down the blue team before the timer runs out.
Okay, blue team is just gonna sit here. Oh, and red team is...
Just wait,
Going
they're going to start
around.
moving at some point.
Hmm?
They're going to start moving at some point, I bet you.
Okay, once again time to bring up the overtime rules. Overtime will be given when there is spots or shots. Or an active engagement, I think. Actually, no, that was scratched. Spots or ships are within 1,000 meters of each other. They actually are in Delta 6.
That is in fact correct. However, the red team does not know that yet.
Well, they are about to find out.
Indeed.
We have spots. Oh, oh, blue team spotted them. Okay, let's see if they can keep the spots or if they can break the spots. Oh, Fia is gonna stand and fight.
It looks like blue team is actually not going to go for the vaunted strategy and waste the enemy's time, and ours as well.
No, they're actually gonna stand and fight.
Oh, it's a
Curious.
refreshing change, I suppose.
Yep. Why
And
would you be so kind to
just
start
now,
overtime?
it
Or do I? No, oh, sorry. I'm gonna
I'll
interrupt.
ignite it. Oh,
There we go.
okay.
Let's see. Slotskogen is being pushed by the Dungeon Master Urs. I don't. Oh, yeah, okay. The Dungeon
And
Master
it
Urs has
was
the upper hand in that
broken,
fight.
And it's broken, and it's eating a bit of damage.
Oh, the Mugus Locomotive is just
no.
like, okay, the Strelitzia really needs to die.
Well, I think the Strelitzia just died.
Oh, indeed it did. 4 and 4. And with that, Red Team could start running away as they have the first skill advantage. Oh,
And
but nope.
rip
Mugus Locomotive died. Oh, for fuck's sake.
9 out of 10 RAM. Very good Crusader RAM. Hellfire, when he busts out the rams, they always work.
You know what that means?
We have a 7th match.
No, an 8th. This was the 7th.
I need to petition a no on that.
Ah, same, honestly.
Alternatively, we just let the teams duke it out themselves and decide on victor afterwards, because honestly, it's 23-23 at my place.
Yeah. Okay,
I've worked
considering
tomorrow.
the fact that we've been sitting here for 7 matches straight and it's also getting rather late, we would like to end it here. Question is, who actually won? So, FCC won the group stage with 1 win over Comp Team 2, so I guess now you are even on wins. So, should I just quickly calculate points together and decide the victor that way? Or should we just say finals count and Comp Team 2 has won? Captains, please.
Coin flip? You lot know that the coin flip is biased.
Well, considering that the lobby is disintegrating, we're just gonna go with finals and winner takes it all. So yeah, everyone. This was, so that means that after a little bit of consideration, and we just really want to go to bed, which I probably will do shortly, I will just say that Comp Team 2 takes the victory in the finals, while FCC has taken the victory in the group stage. So I'm just gonna say Comp Team 2 has won, congratulations, and now stop wasting my time, please.
Yes.
So yeah,
Well,
Zennoch, thank you for keeping me company for most of this mess. Half of this mess.
I'd say less than half.
Something like that. And to all of the people watching, I sure hope you had fun, and good night.